Organized here with the old multi-streaming, checking that everything is fine. We're going to get to the meditation. It's coming. Just have to make sure I'm in the right place. And Instagram, yes I am. And that we are coming through loud and clear on Facebook. No, that's not so clear. Getting there. Just bear with, as I say. One sec. And okay, that's starting to look good. Nearly there. Meditation's coming. One sec. All right, good. Okay. Hello. How are you? You well? How's the day going? Good? I hope it's good. It's fine if it's not, but I hope it's good. Right, time for a bit of meditation. This it's not a class, it's just a chance to meditate together. I meditate throughout the day, and this is just the one I do on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. If you're an experienced meditator, great. Yeah, but if you could just hang on for a minute while I explain what I do, just for the benefit of people who are new to meditation. Because meditation is funny like that. It's one of those things that people feel a little bit embarrassed that they don't know how to do it. It's almost like they feel like they should know how to do it. Because I'm just going on what they say to me, because they kind of say to me, what do you actually do? You know, like they should know. So there's lots of different styles of meditation. This is just what I do. For me, it starts with why I would meditate. I'm trying to connect to a part of me that I connect to every night. I just don't do it consciously. It's the bit after I go to sleep and after I finish dreaming. When I finish dreaming and I kind of drop out the bottom of dreaming into deep dreamless sleep, where I have no thoughts, no memory. I've no memory of being there. I've got no body, no country, no stories. I cease to exist in the way that I normally register my existence, which sounds terrible. It sounds like death. And yet I love going to sleep. And when I wake up in the morning, I feel refreshed. So some part of me knows that that is a good place that I go to. And so that's where I'm trying to connect to when I meditate. That's my intention. And as I said, for some reason my mind can't seem to get there. So I have to figure out something about my mind. I have to kind of get beyond or through, or, you know, I have to part the curtains of my mind to get into this place. So what I do is I make a little arrangement with my mind where I say, can you just not think for the next 15 minutes? And my mind at this stage is like, yeah, okay, I've read about meditation. I've got lots of concepts about meditation, lots of ideas. I like the idea of being a meditator. So yeah, let's do that. So that's good. And then stopping thinking is relatively easy as well, because regardless of the content of the thoughts themselves are just pictures and sound. So if I turn off the pictures and I turn off the sound, well, that's it. I'm not thinking. So once I do that, then I'm into the practice of meditation. And that runs kind of parallel with the intention of meditation. And that pretty much goes, I turn off the pictures and I turn off the sound, then a little bit of time, I stop thinking, then a little bit of time passes and I discover that I'm thinking again. So I turn off the pictures and I turn off the sound, then a little bit of time passes and I discover I'm thinking again. So I turn off the pictures and I turn off the sound, and a little bit of time passes and I discover I'm thinking again, and so on. Just continually repeating that process of bringing myself back to not thinking. And I'm sort of alerting you to that those two go together, because people say things to me like, oh no, I tried meditation, it's not really my thing, I was thinking a lot, I think I've got a very busy mind, I'm not really cut out for meditation. Which is a shame, because I think that just comes from like a just misunderstanding of reading about the intention side of meditation, the beautiful, peaceful, calm, still, all that sort of stuff you read about, and thinking that if your mind is like a lake or something, that there shouldn't be a ripple on it the whole time you're meditating, that if you think at all you're doing it wrong, which isn't the case at all. Like in this next 15 minutes, I might have to bring my mind back, 100 times, 200 times. I don't even think about it, because it's not really where my focus is. I mean, I know my mind is just in the habit of thinking. So to expect it to stay not thinking for all that length of time is it's not realistic. So my mind will think, and it's not like I'm in a fight with my mind about it, because my mind's for the idea. It's just every time I discover that I'm thinking, I just bring my mind gently back to not thinking. And there's a lot of power in doing that, because the things I'm thinking about, of course, are going to be very personal to me. And I'll be really engaged in them. And then if every time I discover I'm thinking, I stop thinking, so I bring my mind back to not thinking, I'm indirectly saying to myself, you're not your thoughts, because what you thought was you a second ago, I've just turned it off. You're something else. You're a different thing. That's pretty powerful. And the fact that I do that repeatedly. So while all that is going on, or just to finish off on that, if you find yourself thinking a lot, don't worry about it. You're doing fine. That's just the practice of meditation. The two go together. While I'm doing all that, I'm also letting go of tension in my body, which is another way of saying I'm bringing more awareness, my awareness to my body. So I have a system for that. I sort of scan my body from my head down to my feet and back up again. It's too vague without a system for me. And anywhere I find tension, I let it go. And I use my out breath to let it go. So a nice breath out, because it's natural. It feels very natural way of getting rid of tension. And it's also a good way to remember to breathe, because it's quite easy to forget to breathe or to hold your breath during meditation. So using the all-out breath is great for that. As I'm scanning my body, I'm paying particular attention to any structures in my body that go across my body, because transverse structures or transverse sites, they operate a little bit like a log going across a stream. They just have a tendency to accumulate tension, accumulate like the leaves and the twigs, with the log, leaves, twigs, that kind of thing, except transverse sites accumulate tension in the body. So I'm paying particular attention to my eyes, my jaw, my tongue, my base of my neck, my shoulder girdle, all my joints, so my shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers, my heart area, my respiratory diaphragm, all my intestines, my pelvic floor, my hips, my knees, my ankles, and my toes. Just a couple of environmental things. If you're new, a nice quiet room where you're not going to be disturbed, very helpful. Because once you close your eyes and you start to go in a bit, your other senses amplify. So you'll hear sounds you may not have been conscious of before. And little sounds can really trigger thoughts. So yeah, quiet room is very helpful. Don't lie down when you're doing this. Don't lie down when you're meditating. You'll either fall asleep because your body will just think, I'm lying down, I've got my eyes closed, it's time for sleep, isn't it? So you'll either fall asleep or you'll battle sleep, either of which is very distracting. So yeah, sit up. You don't have to sit in a lotus position or anything like that. I'm just sitting in a chair. Yeah, it's just much easier if you sit up. I set a timer for how long I'm going to meditate. That's just another thing to help my mind. It's just one less thing for my mind possibility for my mind to think about. I'm going to set mine for 15 minutes, but I'd encourage you to set yours for shorter if you're new. Set it for 5 minutes and then just repeat that 3 times, because 15 minutes is a long time if you're not used to it. So start off with the 5 and then work it up slowly. Okay. So no questions? Nope. All right, off we go. Off we go into the mystery. Yeah. Okay, if you feel like you've gone very deeply inside and you feel like you have to come back from somewhere, just take your time, do that before you open your eyes. Or if you feel like you can hold the inner space and the outer space at the same time, just open your eyes when you're ready. Okay, thanks very much for meditating with me. See you tomorrow for some more meditation. Bye.